Hey everybody, Weston here, back with the Hidden Gibbon, and today, gonna bring a bit of nostalgia back, and on a budget. So one of the first commanders that I built along with Mangara and Sharoom was Omnath. And although I did not do silly combo things like a lot of people do today, I loved the deck. It was a very fun thing. Make a big Omnath and smash. So we're going to get right into this deck. It's going to be a budget deck at about $171. If you like my deck techs and you feel so inclined, feel free to leave a like or a comment or subscribe. Not going to bug you too much about it. It's just if you want to. But without further ado, let's get straight into it, shall we? So we have Omnath, Locus of Mana. And who is he? He's a 1/1 for 2 generic and 1 green. And you don't lose unspent green mana as steps and phases end. And Omnath, Locus of Mana gets +1/+1 for each unspent green mana you have. So the key here is we're going to build up lots and lots of mana. And then try to Hulk smash and, some other little things in here. So then we have Nissa, who shakes the world. I used the cheapest version of every card for this deck, so that's why we have Frog Nissa here. Of course, along with a lot of my decks that are mono green, Nissa's in here to let my forest tap for double, which gets some added value with Omnath. You can also make a land into a creature with a +1, and with her -8, makes all your lands indestructible, and then you can search up all your forests. For creatures, we've got 17 wrapping it up today. We've got quite a few elves in here, but first we have Beast Whisper. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. We have Bighorner Rancher. He's from Fallout, and he's tap, add an amount of green equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. So as you buff up your Omnath, he's just going to add perpetually more and more mana. You can also sacrifice him to gain life equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control. We got ourselves a Birds of Paradise. We have a Canopy Tactician, which gives your other elves +1/+1 and taps to add 3 green. The reason we have so many elves in here is because a lot of them are mana dorks and they tap for mana, so I may as well have some value with them while we're at it. Circle of Dream Druids is add 1 green for each creature you control. Elvish Archdruid gives your elves +1/+1 and adds a green for each elf. Elvish Mystic is a mana dork. We got Fanatic of Ronus, who is a big mana dork. Fyndhorn Elves, who is a mana dork, who's essentially just Llanowar Elf, right? Fyndhorn and Llanowar do the same thing. Hulking Raptor adds a couple green at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase. We have Karametra's Acolyte, which adds an amount of green equal to your Devotion. Devotion is each green mana symbol on permanents you control. Note that does not count like your lands. Because it says in the cost of the permanent. So that would be like your 1 right here for Fyndhorn Elves, 2 for Hulking Raptor, etc. Then we have Llanowar Tribe. It's a 3/3 for 3 that adds 3. It's just three Llanowar Elves in a trench coat. Llanowar Visionary draws you a card when it ETBs, and then you can add green. Priest of Titania adds a green for each elf you control. Sack Tribe Elder gets you a land when you sacrifice it. And Wood Elves lets you search for a forest. For our sorceries, we're going to have a whole bunch of ramp. That's pretty much all this is going to be ramp, right? Explore, Explosive Vegetation, Flare of Cultivation, Kodama's Reach, Migration Path, Rampant Growth, Tempt with Discovery, Sylvan Scrying, Sky Shroud Claim, Search for Tomorrow. All ramp. Genesis Wave is going to be a big explosive spell here. It can also be used as ramp if you really so choose. And then we have Harmonize to draw some cards. For our instants, we have Entish Restoration and Harrow and Nature's Claim. And Jaheir's Respite, 2 of which are ramp spells. 1 here is a Fog and a ramp with Jaheir's Respite. This card I feel is highly underrated. And then Search for the Frozen Esper, aka Nature's Claim here, is an instant destroy target artifact or enchantment, and its controller gains 4 life. Oh my. Our artifacts today, we have Cage Sun, Gauntlet of Power, and Extraplanar Lens, as well as the Eternity Elevator, which would be should be easy to crew with your Omnath if your Omnath is not dead. So these are all ways to get lots of mana and or make your stuff cheaper. For enchantments, we have Asceticism. Creatures you control have hexproof. Blanchwood Armor gets +1/+1 for each forest. Dictate of Karametra. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds a mana that it produced. Elvish Guidance. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, it adds green. See what we're doing here? This one adds more. Gaia's Embrace gives +3/+3 enchant roll. Gaia's Touch is you may put one additional land in play during each of your turns, but that land must be a basic forest. Spoiler alert, we're going to play a lot of forests. You may sacrifice Gaia's Touch to add double green to your mana pool. Plays ability only as an interrupt. It's an old, cheap quasi-explore from the dark. Exploration. Gifts of Paradise is another enchant land. Of course, as soon as I start recording, I start yawning, and it is the middle of the afternoon, and I shouldn't be yawning. Growing Rights of Itlamok, is just Gaia's Cradle we have at home. Colony Heart Expedition ramps. We have Leyline of Abundance, which is whenever you tap a creature for mana, it adds an additional green. This is the budget version of the new bear cub, badger bear thing from Avatar. Oh my, badger mole. Oh my god. I watched all the show probably a million times, and I still got that wrong. Lost in the Woods. Whenever a creature attacks you or planeswalker you control, you can reveal the top card of your library. If it's a forest card, remove that creature from combat. Then put the revealed card on the bottom of your library. There was a deck somebody made that was literally just all forests and then Lost in the Woods. It was kind of funny. Mana Reflections. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces twice as much. We have Mark of Sakiko, which is enchanted creature has. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, add that much green mana to your mana pool. This mana doesn't cause mana burn. For those of you new players, unspent mana used to damage you. Until end of turn, this mana doesn't empty from your mana pool. It won't empty anyway if you have Omnath. We have Overgrowth, which is another one of those enchant lands. Rancor is going to give your thing +2/+0 and Trample. Oh, look at that. We have Urban Burgeoning, which is another one of those enchant lands, but it untaps the land during each other player's untap step. Use that on your Itlamok, Cradle of the Sun. Pretty fun there. Or on your Avendo right here. We have Overgrowth. Rancor. Sorry, I lost my spot. Utopia Sprawl. Vernal Bloom, whenever a forest is tapped for mana, it produces an additional green. Wilderness Reclamation, so that way you untap all your lands, and another Wild Growth to add on there. As you can see, we're stacking everything pretty much universally on our Omnath. Oh, buddy. Then we have Avendo. It enters tapped, and when you station it for 12+, it also becomes a Gaia's Cradle we have at home. And then we also have Thespian Stage and Vesuva in here. And those are in here because Avendo is not legendary, friends. You can have 3 of the planets and then use it to untap your things and do lots of silly things. It's a pretty straightforward mono green deck. I would say play it at bracket 2 because, you're not really going to get a whole much out of it at bracket 3 since it relies so heavily on its commander. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and if you want to see your commander or a commander made into a deck, just drop it in the comments down below. Let me know the budget, who the commander is, what cards you would or would not want to see in it, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.